Linear discriminant analysis. What's the meaning of it? It was created by the Ronald Fisher in 1936 when he has created the IRIS data set. So that time he has created this particular technique. It is used for building the classification model basically. Now, see what exactly the idea linear discriminant analysis uses for building the classification algorithms there. See, under LDA, we are basically looking for which set of parameters can best describe the association of group of an object. And second, what is the best classification perceptor model that separate those particular groups? That is what it is looking for. What is LDA? How LDA, what exactly LDA does? Let us see. The data which is linearly separable, only that data can be taken by the LDA. Classes can have multiple features. Features means your input variable that part of features. Fine. Using one single feature to classify may yield some kind of overlapping of variables. So there is a need of increasing the number of features to avoid the overlapping that would result in a proper classification in turn. See, if I'm having a classes something like I have plotted them based on input and output, or based on inputs only, sorry. These are the classes. Black is the one class, and the blue triangle is another class. Like, and I want to draw a line. I want to create such a model that that line will separate the classes perfectly. And I can do the prediction if that class is above the line, below the line, something like that. Maybe two misclassifications are there present here, but I can draw a line. I can find this. So to do this, there are certain steps present that we have to perform operations. So consider another simple example, a dimensional reductions to check that we have to check the quality of soap based on the information provided related to soap, including various features such as weight, volume of soap, or prefers preferential score, odor, color, contrast, like all that we will be using over there. So to check the quality of the product is good or bad, we have to find the output variable is good or bad. So binary classification is done. Maybe we are having some dependent variable of good and bad, but independent variable are, they can be many things which are mentioned: preferential score, odor, color, contrast, which is containing. They are the features. Based on this feature, you define the class of it. Okay, like in this particular basis. So there are many different ways that are possible. Practically, when we are using the respective LDA there, how exactly it does. So consider a situation where we have plotted relationship between two variables. It's like that. First feature on x-axis, second feature on y-axis. Okay, and these are the two classes, red one and the blue one. Now, what it does, now all these features are plotted onto the one axis only. Just consider I don't have second axis. Second feature is not there. You consider only one feature is present. They are plotted something like this. Okay. So this approach neglects very helpful information provided in the second feature. However, you can use LDA to plot that data. The advantage of LDA is that it uses the information from both the feature to create a new axis, which in turn minimizes the variance and maximizes the class. The it will be something like that. What we'll do, we'll get a model which is present over here, and then we extend this data into that particular model, and then we can see that red are separated and blue are separated here. The red class is from this point onward, and blue class is below this one. You can see this now. This is what is linear discriminant. It transforms the data from one kind of format in this format. Instead of this line, I'll draw the line here, and then we will plot. Then we will extend that on the particular line, and then accordingly classification possible. If it is above this second class and below this first class, like that. In this way, the linear discriminant analysis does the classification of the data. So actually very big algorithm is there. I just summarized it. What technique LDA basically applies to perform the classification system. Let's see how do we make use of practical LDA over here. Okay, so to do or to use the LDA, we need to install one package called as the mass. Let's see how to use the LDA now. So in order to use the linear discriminant analysis, I need a data set. And for LDA, I'm using a data set called as Wisconsin's breast cancer analysis data set. Okay, I'll show the data set first. See this. It's also a binary classification data set present here. There's a very popular data set. When the mass is detected in human body, okay, so they are identifying that whether this particular mass is cancerous or not cancerous. Okay, so it contains 30 different kind of dimensions to the respective mass. Okay, these are the different patients' information is taken, ID of that patient, and this is diagnosis. Diagnosis is the output variable. B and M are mentioned there, output variable, and remaining others are the input variables. 30 input variables are there. So these are the features. Based on these features, we have to diagnose the particular patient. So there are previously diagnosed patients are there, where M is malignant, B is benign, means cancer detected. They are cancer detected. B is not detected. This is benign is not detected. Yeah, M is detected. Now we have to build a model such a way that when a new data is given, it will predict whether the particular person is having cancer or not. What's the accuracy of it? How much accurate is that we have to find, and accordingly we have to do the predictions there. So how can I use the linear discriminant analysis for the same? That we will see step by step now. The same techniques are there, only my algorithm is different. My algorithm is present in the library called as mass that we have to install, and then after only we can use this library here. So let's create a new file here. Okay, let's save this. Okay, so here is your linear discriminant analysis program, and let's read this data. Read.csv. Okay, this one. This is your file, and if you see how many number of features it is having, then see the cat there. Dimensions are dimension of here. It is 569 rows and 32 columns are present in it. Correct. 569 rows and 32 columns are there. Out of 32, 30 features are there. One is ID and one is your diagnosis variable there. Okay, so let's import the libraries. Caret we require for partition, and library mask we require for LD. They are pre-built, which I have installed basically by using the installer packages function over there. And after that, we'll create the partition of the data series, create partition, the same method that we have seen previously. 75% entries randomly I'll take into training, and remaining 25 will go for testing. So create partition function present in Caret. We create a partition of 75% based on the output variable diagnosis. B and M combination is present over there. And then the same way that we have used in the previous case is applied here. See, training data is equal to data of INT, 75% in training and 25 in testing. So let's use how many entries are there in training. You can see dimension of training, okay, and this is dimension of testing also. Okay, fine. Let's see this. Okay, what's the problem? These two data points are present. Oh, sorry, df is there. Change the name of variable. So this is what the results are. See, the data is partitioned. We got actual dimension 569, out of it 427 stored in training and 142 stored in testing. Correct. Okay, this is what the create partition will do. And now let's build the linear discriminant analysis model, which is used to do the predictions only. The same kind of method we will be applying. Model is equal to LDA. So then in mass function, we have to apply the first output and input variable. So output variable is diagnosis killed. The remaining others are in input variable. From where you have to take this? Fine. Model is created. LDA, linear discriminant analysis model is created. This is used for predictions in the class format. And now let's do the predictions. So pred is equal to predicted data, predict using LDA model, comma, testing data is input field. Done the predictions. And finally, we'll create a table of this, that is confusion matrix of it. Let's see, actual value. Here we'll use just the actual. Testing diagnosis and predicted value is pred dollar class. The total entries are 142 in testing data. I'm applying it when model is created. I'll apply 142 entries. I will check that whether it's perfectly creating or not. So I need to print this table. Let's print this table, execute that, and see the result. Yes. So out of 142, 89 plus 47, that is 136 entries are matching. Only 6 misclassifications are present in it. See that? This is your confusion matrix is showing. Okay, so predicted. Here I need to fine. That's good. See this now. Actual values are present here 88 plus 6 and 88 plus 1 and 6 plus 47. Okay, for B, actually 88 plus 1 are present, 89 are there, and for M, 6 plus 46 are present in that. 88 plus 6 are matching. 88 plus 6 are matching. So what's accuracy of it now? Out of 142, 88 plus 47 divided by 142 into 100. 95% accuracy is there for linear discriminant analysis on this kind of data. That is called as LDA. Means I can now use a new data to do the predictions. When new customer is coming, patient is coming, I'll extract its features, whatever the features are mentioned, whatever the mass is detected, I'll extract that features, and based on that, we will do the predictions ahead to check whether this particular person is having cancer or not. Particular person is having cancer or not. That predictions that we will do, and based on that, we'll do the classification predictions ahead using this particular method over here. This is what we call as the linear discriminant analysis.